Y'all are making it seem like this Jayson Tatum isn't doing anything but missing.
We want to make all this fake outrage for Jayson Tatum, but to be honest with you, it's never really been there. That cloud has never really been there.
Jayson Tatum, though, and this is where I do want to take the conversation next, because with the Boston Celtics, he is the elephant in the room. 18 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds, with only 3 turnovers. However, it has been the story of the Boston Celtics throughout these whole playoffs. Inefficient from the field. 6 of 22, 27%. 1 of 7 from 3. 5 of 6 from the line. How do we feel about how let me also bring this up as well. This is from StatMuse. I'm gonna bring it up on the chat to the right. This is a statistic from Jayson Tatum and how he's playing in these finals. Since the 1979-80 season, Jayson Tatum has the lowest field goal percentage in the NBA Finals when attempting 150-plus shots at 35.4%. So this is a buildup of his poor Finals performance in 2022. 2 games into the NBA Finals so far, he is looking like, he's not having a great scoring series again in the biggest stage. How do we feel about how Jayson Tatum has been playing so far?
So for me, Dom, you know what? You go ahead. You start yourself.
I mean, it's very simple. He's shooting like shit, but he's doing other things great in order for them to win. Now, yes, you can say, oh, well, his team is this good, so he can afford to do that. Say it. I don't care. I'm not a fucking Boston fan. The nigga's trying to win a championship, and he's showing that. It's one thing if this nigga was JJ Redick and he couldn't hit, then it's like, all right, what are you on the court doing? Nothing. Doing cardio. If Kyle Korver is 3 for fucking 12 from the field, you're like, all right, bro, this is stinky, because he's not doing nothing else. The very least, and I'm not sitting here saying, oh, man, this is what you expect. Well, no, this is what you expect from a top 5 player. If you're not scoring, what else are you doing to win? I've heard the comment, this is crazy. Y'all not holding them to a top 5 standard. Yeah, we are. If you're not scoring, what else can you do for me? And Tatum is showing you he's doing other shit. He's playing defense. He's playmaking. He's getting real rebounds. I will give him that. These rebounds he's gotten are contested. They're real. He's boxing out. He's not just camping in the lane off of he is genuinely getting rebounds. He's shooting like shit. I don't think he's the Finals MVP, and that's fine. I think other players might there are other players with better cases to be Finals MVP. 100% fine. No one is saying he's Finals MVP. But y'all are making it seem like this nigga Jayson Tatum isn't doing anything but missing. That's crazy. And I'm looking at chat now. Role player duties. Shut the fuck up, pussy. You're scared to talk. I'm not trying to hear, oh my God. Like, role player duties are dumb. Name me any star player in NBA history that when they have a bad night, they're not required to do anything else. Fucking history. Name right now. Who's the rest of your top 5? If they're not doing anything, what else do you expect them to do? Kevin Durant, you can't say that. His defense has been immaculate. These 2 years on the Suns, he's played great defense. He's been able to board. Boom. There you go. Curry is not top 5. Surprise, surprise. Oh, Curry's not top 5. If he's in your top 5, you're a kid.
I guess I'll intervene here and say, to be fair, and I'm surprised you're way nicer in this situation, because to be fair, Curry was certainly a top 5 player. If he's not right now, you can some people will argue it, and that's fine. But he certainly was a top 5 player. And when he was a top 5 player, he was a top 5 player while also not being as good as a defender as he is today or even a couple of years ago. And when those shits went around of Curry not playing well not scoring the ball well while simultaneously being a top 5 player, we kind of had a what the fuck situation go on, whether you're looking at the either finals performance, because some of you guys don't think that he was really good at any finals. To go a step further beyond just the top 5 take that's going along on the Twitter sphere, how about finals MVP? The idea that, like, hey, my God, Curry, you don't have a finals MVP, haunted him from his first championship until, 2022? So, yeah. For me, I'm not obtuse. I'm not ignorant. And as much as a hater I want to be, I'm not going to sit here and just OD troll for content, right? In my personal opinion, Jayson Tatum is definitely matured as a player. I think you split those 2 finals rather than combine them, because personally, let me say that again. I think you split those 2 finals rather than to combine them, because for me personally, these are 2 different versions of the player and 2 different reasons why he's efficient. The first time I go around, he was a shit. I don't know what to tell you. If you think he was good, go for it. I think he was just ass. This time goes around, yes, he's not scoring, but he's doing everything else. However, I do think we're being a little bit on that ultra progressive shit, because it is to a point where, okay, this nigga shot 6 of 22. Did he have a bad game overall? I'm mature enough, progressive enough to say no. But am I going to sit here, pretend, or even be gaslit that, yeah, he still has to be a top 5 player? I could see where someone's like, all right, bro, what the fuck? Especially if he's going to end up not winning finals MVP, meaning for majority of the series, he wasn't the best player on his damn team. I can see that being a cause to pause for some people and be like, all right, bro. Especially when you can come up with 5 people that can impact the game all day, every day.
And to anybody who has that thought process of, nah, he don't win finals MVP, he's not my top 5. Curry should have never been in your top 5 until 2022 is all I'm saying. Keep it consistent. If him playing not good enough to be a finals MVP is why he's not going to be top 5 next year for anybody if they win, keep it. I shouldn't go on your Twitter and find you having Curry top 3 talks before 2022. I shouldn't find you calling Curry the best player in the league before 2022. I'm not trying to hear that. Niggas are saying Curry had it. I'm seeing a nigga that Curry had an MVP. Shut up, pussy. I'm hearing you say you don't got a
Warriors
finals
fans
MVP.
are the same fans that like, y'all remember those conversations about how like, oh, this is a game where Curry had 0 points, but if you really watch the game tape, he still had a good game because of the gravity.
Oh
like, come on, bro.
nasty.
Like, again, if you on that
That was a
side, stay
nasty
on that
discourse.
side. You know what I'm saying? So to me, just to cap off my take on the whole JT shit, I would be lying again if I told y'all he was playing great. But I think I still don't think he's playing bad. I think he's mid. Literally middle of the fucking pack. You know, I get the fact that his elite skill is supposed to be scoring. He's supposed to be a 30-point per game scorer. He's supposed to shoot closer to 50%. He's supposed to shoot closer to 40% from 3, and he is not doing that. But I also cannot take away from the other things that he's affecting the game. His rebounding, his playmaking, which has just been really huge. I think that's the main difference between 2022 and now, is if Jayson Tatum wasn't scoring, he wasn't able to make the reads as fast as he's making right now. He's still playing great defense. And again, I watched his shot attempts last night on Twitch. Were they perfect? No. There were a couple of bad attempts. But I'm saying the majority of the decisions he was making, it was the right decision. He just wasn't actually finishing the bucket, or he was just missing open shots. That was it. I didn't have a problem with his decision making. I didn't have a problem with his shot selection.
Can I just add real quick? Just real quick. Yes, chat. I am the same guy who was for the last year and a half, said Tatum is not a 1. He's a 2. I'm the same guy that doesn't have Tatum in his top 5. So I'm not speaking from my perspective on my expectations of Tatum. I don't have Tatum as top 5, therefore I'm not holding him to the top 5.
I also don't.
So that's my thing.
Nobody cares about that, because honestly, it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, fuck me, I guess. All right.
No.
I guess. All right.
Listen.
You weren't having a conversation for the
Yeah,
past.
Whoa, relax.
I had a point I wanted to make next. Like, I
Listen to
had
what I'm
something
saying.
to go.
It doesn't matter if he wins the finals MVP. None of that shit really matters. None of that matters. If niggas are lying and saying that it does matter, they've consistently been liars. When Larry Bird lost or won their first title and Cedric Maxwell won it, nobody was questioning his positioning in the NBA hierarchy. Nobody cares about this stuff. Y'all are looking for ways to slander players, and we should be in a new day and age where that does not matter, gang.
These are also the same people that complain about the MVP not mattering this whole time. But now apparently media voted awards matter all of a sudden. So the NBA playoffs are here, man. There's a lot of money to be made if you play daily fantasy sports. And if you want to get into the action, you guys can use Prize Picks, the sponsor of this podcast, our preferable way to play daily fantasy sports. We will show you how to play the game right now, and it is very, very simple. Just sign up for an account, download their app, go on their website, and make some picks. And if you really know ball, you can win some money. I'm going to go ahead and look down here. Kevin Durant, 36.5 points plus rebounds plus assists versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sensing a big game from KD tonight, man. Hit more for me, please. And then Darius Garland has been letting me down all year, and it's just another day of the year. Hit less for me on the PRA as well for Darius Garland. Omar, you decide how much we put on the entry.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit. I'm going to put 210 on there. Make place entry.
And if you use code LKIB, PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit up to $100. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get right back to the content. Now, what I'll say, and I think when you guys do the Tatum to Curry comparison, and I know dying with Warriors fans is not the thing to do, but I am a Lakers fan, so trust me, I understand where they come from. They mean no harm. They're just dumb like us. Warriors fans have a little bit of a different viewing of it that they haven't showcased. The difference between the Curry and Tatum inefficiencies in the finals is with Tatum, it's kind of a pattern. I'm not going to hold you. You could just literally go to the playoff tab and see that for 3 seasons, almost 50-ish actually, no, 60 games of his last 60 playoff games, you can argue majority of them, yeah, he ain't really putting the ball in the basket. So do I think that makes him auto no top 5 because he can't score? I mean, I don't think it automatically does, because what if he's the greatest passer, greatest rebounder, obviously, right? But I do think it's very fair to say, yeah, y'all got to stop pushing this agenda about Jayson Tatum being either A, the face of the NBA, or B, being better than XYZ QRS, when I feel in my heart of hearts, you put X player in Jayson Tatum's position, he's doing everything Tatum could do, or he's scoring at a level that's going to achieve the same amount of success. And we don't have to have the argument that, well, at least he's boarding, well, at least he's defending type shit. I don't know if I'm saying that the right way, but I do think there's an element to it that's getting glossed over because a lot of dumb niggas is yelling it. But
Sage, when you go back and look at who's saying those things, who are they and do they matter?
Oh my God.
And I'm not trying to shut down the conversation, but literally, Tatum has been skipped over 9 times for best in the league. That shit doesn't matter. He's been skipped over top 5 20 times. Even in American best in the league, he can't get that nod anymore. He hasn't gotten it since. He's never really gotten it since.
He's never really gotten it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. None of this really even matters. I know this season we want to make all this fake outrage for Jayson Tatum, but to be honest with you, it's never really been there. That cloud has never really been there. For real. Like, there was rumblings when they were young, but that dissipated after they lost to LeBron in like the Eastern Conference Finals the first time, or whatever the case may be.
His rookie season?
No, well, I think the second time. But it dissipated so fast that it really didn't even matter. Like, they were just always supposed to be a good team. It never really mattered.
I'll say this though, and we haven't said it. I think the fakest thing about this conversation, and not even what you said, I think the fakest thing about this conversation is that, and maybe this is kind of what you said, but let me just stop interrupting myself. I think the fakest thing about this conversation is certainly most of the people saying this never thought he was top 5. And they're responding to an audience that they believe do think he's top 5. AKA, I think this is just people dunking on Boston fans and like, your glorious king isn't even top 5. And half of the Boston fans were like, I mean, I never said it was. So like, I think that's what this really is. Kind of like with the Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan thing to a degree, where like half of these niggas are like, bruh, it was a joke, gang. But here we are, alas, making the content, having the debate. But to me, yeah, in hindsight, as long as we're not stupid enough to have these claims that either he is top 5 or he can't be top 5 because of strictly PPG and field goal percentage, I think we're in a good spot. Jayson
Tatum haters hold him to a higher regard, hold him to a higher standard than his actual fans are. Like, I was even talking about it yesterday. Like, someone said in my chat, like, I just want Jayson Tatum, like, when he goes to the rim, like, to drive like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, just finish at the rim like LeBron. I'm like,
it's not LeBron.
LeBron? Why are you comparing Jayson Tatum's finishing and driving ability to LeBron and Giannis? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. It just doesn't make sense. But
let me say this, and then if you want,
I got one small question.
I'll just finish this segment off, and you can.
Oh, it's kind of similar. Oh, go ahead. Well, I'll say this. Let me say this. Right. The idea. Damn, I forgot where I was going with it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I lost it.
I'll pick up you think, because I do have one question that's worth the clip. Spitfire around, pause if needed. Do you guys think that Jaylen Brown is just a better player than him? No, that's what we've been seeing all over Twitter, all in the chats, on playback for free. Everybody is jumping the gun and saying, yeah, Jaylen Brown's actually just better than Jayson Tatum with that nice step through move that he got, slashing ability. His left hand actually doesn't look like a meme. Do you guys think that it's actually low key Jaylen Brown is the best player on the team?
I don't think that matters.
I don't think. I mean, yeah, I'm Omar. I don't think it matters. I do have the take of this probably is Jaylen Brown's team because, in my opinion, I mean, not even opinion, factually, Jaylen Brown's been there longer. He was drafted first. And in terms of their development as basketball players, Jaylen Brown has developed more than Jayson Tatum. So it's not a stretch to say 1A, 1B, he's 1A. It's not a stretch to say they're both on the same tier. It's not a stretch to say maybe they're both top 10. Like, I don't who's to say? But I don't know if it's a oh yeah, JB is just definitively better than Jayson Tatum or some shit like that. I think there is some respect that should be had on Jaylen Brown's name, especially after the year he had last year in the summer he had with all the this nigga has one hand conversations.
Yeah, he's definitely improved that left hand.
Icing the game with a left hand drive on a lefty scoop play. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice.
I just think that ultimately this is the problem with dominance, and problem being a loose word for me to say, just a filler word. It's the problem with dominance. People are trying to find ways to nitpick what the hell is going on, trying to give it discredit at any toss and turn. It was easy. The path was riddled with injuries. Who's the best player on the team? Like, you can go back and look at some of those Larry Bird Celtics teams, and mind you, I'm saying Larry Bird Celtics teams, and Kevin McHale is carrying series. There's finals where him and Larry Bird are neck and neck. It's clear disadvantages between somebody and somebody else, like, oh, Robert Parrish is really slowing down Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whatever the case may be. This conversation didn't exist before we got into this new era. They didn't question, oh, well, is it McHale's team? There was nobody that had to come on the network, and because what Shaq did was stupid to me. I'm just saying, don't let that outside chatter get in. That's you. That happened to you. You're projecting, and Shaq's been projecting for a little while now because he feels bad about something. That's all. That's media bullshit. Don't nobody care about that shit. We went in.
I think Tatum's still the best player. He's being guarded by a one so consistently. I can't lie. Like, the coverage is meant to stop and slow down Jayson Tatum. The same way when you look at the Mavs, it is meant to stop and slow down Luka, and then ideally Kyrie would benefit off of it. Like, I don't know. It's just that's how it's been to me, and I think for the playoffs so far, again, Jaylen Brown has been phenomenal, but for the playoffs as a whole, it's not like Jayson Tatum has been stinking it up the whole fucking time. He still had some really good games as well in this run. So it probably is Jayson Tatum still to me.